On the morning of January 31st, 1703, 47 samurai walked through the streets of Tokyo carrying a severed head on a spear. They weren't running. They weren't hiding. They were marching to a temple to present their kill to their dead master. The government didn't know whether to execute them or build them statues. This is the true story of the 47 Ronin, the greatest revenge in history. 2 years earlier, Lord Asano Naganori was insulted at Edo Castle by a corrupt official named Kira Yashinaka. Kira demanded bribes. Asano refused. So Kira humiliated him publicly, calling him a country fool in front of the entire court. Asano snapped. He drew his sword and slashed Kira's face. In the shogun's palace, during a sacred ceremony, drawing a weapon, there was a death sentence. The verdict came within hours. Asano must commit seppuku. His lands confiscated. His 300 samurai stripped of their status, becoming Ronin, masterless warriors with no honor. And Kira? No punishment. The shogun ruled Asano attacked unprovoked. That same day, Asano died by his own hand. He was 35 years old. His samurai had lost everything. 47 of Asano's samurai gathered in secret and vowed revenge. They would kill Kira and restore their master's honor. But everyone knew they wanted revenge. Kira knew. The government knew. Kira surrounded himself with guards and waited for them to attack. The 47 Ronin realized, if they attacked now, they'd fail. So they chose something more devastating: patience. Their leader was Oishi Kuranasuke, Asano's chief retainer, a brilliant strategist and family man. To make Kira believe they'd given up, Oishi destroyed his own life. He divorced his wife, sent his children away, moved to Kyoto's red light district, and became the most pathetic drunk anyone had ever seen. Every night he stumbled through streets, gambled, passed out in gutters. Former friends spat on him. One samurai kicked him in the face, calling him a disgrace. The other 46 Ronin scattered across Japan. They became merchants, monks, farmers. They stopped training, stopped talking about revenge. They looked completely defeated. Kira's spies reported back, "They've given up. No threat." Kira relaxed his security. But one Ronin did something genius. He got hired as a construction worker at Kira's mansion and memorized every room, every entrance, every guard position. Then he disappeared. While pretending to be failures, the 47 trained in secret. They gathered weapons quietly. They sent coded messages. And they waited. 1 year passed. Then another. 2 full years of sacrifice and patience. The youngest was 16 years old. The oldest was 77. They all knew this was a one-way mission. December 14th, 1702. Oishi sent the signal. All 47 Ronin traveled to Edo separately. They waited for the perfect conditions. They needed heavy snow to muffle footsteps, to keep guards inside drinking instead of patrolling, to hide their tracks. On January 30th, 1703, the heaviest snowstorm of the year hit. At 2 a.m., they assembled outside Kira's mansion. Dressed identically in white and black, they divided into 2 teams and attacked. The raid was perfect. They killed only guards who resisted, no servants, no innocents. They moved through the house exactly as their spy had mapped it. Within an hour, they controlled the mansion. But Kira was missing. They searched everywhere. Then they found a hidden shed in the courtyard. Inside, cowering in his nightclothes, was Kira Yashinaka. The man who destroyed their lives was hiding like a terrified animal. Oishi gave him a choice: commit seppuku like an honorable samurai, or die like a criminal. Kira was paralyzed with fear. So Oishi beheaded him with the same dagger Asano had used to kill himself. The 47 Ronin wrapped Kira's head respectfully and marched through Edo in perfect formation. Word spread instantly. People came out to watch. Nobody tried to stop them. They walked to Sengakuji Temple, where Lord Asano was buried, and washed Kira's head in the same well where Asano had washed his hands before dying. Then they placed the head on Asano's grave and waited for the authorities. The shogun faced an impossible decision. Legally, they'd committed murder. The law demanded execution, but the entire country saw them as heroes. They'd waited 2 years, sacrificed everything, and executed perfect revenge. They embodied Bushido, the soul of the samurai. If the shogun executed them, people would riot. If he pardoned them, he'd undermine his own laws. The compromise: the 47 Ronin would commit seppuku, honorable death reserved for samurai. It acknowledged their status while upholding the law. Actually, only 46 would die. The youngest, 16-year-old Terasaka, was sent away before the verdict to tell the story. The other 46 accepted without complaint. On February 4, 1703, they died together. Oishi, his 15-year-old son, the 77-year-old grandfather, the construction worker spy. All of them, they chose honor over life. They were buried at Sengakuji Temple next to Lord Asano. 47 graves in perfect rows. For over 300 years, people visit every single day. Every December 14th, Japan celebrates Gishisai, the festival of the 47 loyal samurai. Thousands visit. Actors reenact the raid. It's a national tradition. The story has been adapted over 100 times in plays, films, books, and games. Today, Japanese businessmen visit the graves before starting new jobs, praying for loyalty and dedication. Students visit before exams, asking for discipline and patience. The 47 Ronin aren't just history. They're symbols of commitment, sacrifice, and follow-through. They proved that patience and planning beat impulse and emotion. Terasaka, the young Ronin sent away, lived 45 more years. He never married, never had children. He spent his entire life telling their story correctly. At age 87, his last words were, "I can finally join my brothers." He was buried in the 47th grave. The 47 Ronin forces you to ask, what would you sacrifice 2 years of your life for? What would make you give up your reputation, your family, your future? Oishi pretended to be a drunk for 2 years. His wife left him. His friends rejected him. He endured psychological torture so his plan would work. That's not just loyalty to a dead master. That's loyalty to honor itself. On December 14th every year, snow usually falls on Tokyo. Just like it did that night in 1703. The graves are covered in white. Candles burn. And thousands stand in the cold to honor 47 men who chose honor over life, patience over impulse, and loyalty over everything else. They were criminals by law, heroes by tradition, and immortal by choice. 2 years of sacrifice. 1 perfect night. 300 years of legend. This is the story of the 47 Ronin. The night 47 samurai became immortal. The 47 Ronin spent 2 years planning 1 perfect night. Subscribe for more stories about patience, strategy, and legendary warriors who refused to accept defeat.